Now, there you do surprise me, David. A very remarkable woman, your mum. Very highly regarded around here, she was.
Felt as if I never really knew her as an adult.
Oh, yes, it often happens when the children go away. She was very proud of you, you know. Whenever I came around to see her, she would read me one of your letters. And, you know, if there hadn't been one from you that month, she would read me one she'd read me before.
I don't suppose my Emery's like that much.
Oh, anything his mum did was all right with Emery's. Yes. And he's going to make his mark, too, in politics, you know. Won a Union scholarship to Ruskin College. Well, he can take that up now. I'll be surprised if he's not in Parliament in 5 or 6 years. They do say Nye Bevan thinks very high of him.
He never said anything to me.
No, I don't suppose he would. Well, why should he? You were never very close. Eh?
No.
Yeah. One thing your mum did often say to me, she wished you'd marry again. I never met your wife, did I, David?
No. I think you would have liked it.
Yes, yes.
Here we are. Now, how about a drop of this?
Where did you get that?
Your Auntie Nellie filled it up for me. Seemed to think I needed looking after. There's thin you are, my lovely, like a little whippet. Very concerned about me, your Auntie Nellie was.
Thanks for coming, Chris. I don't think I could have coped with it all without you there.
Oh, come on. I'm the one who can't cope with things. You're the one who gets leaned on.
Not this time. Every time I go back home, I either feel completely cut off from everything or else like a guilty little boy.
That's a strange thing to say.
Well, I've done my growing up somewhere else. I feel as if they won't have that. I should have stayed. I should have grown up there. I feel as if I've done them wrong.
Now your mum is not there to tell you it's all right, to make you better.
Yes. Stupid, isn't it?
I can't tell you what is right to feel. I can't be your mum, David.
No. What can you be to me, Chris?
A friend, I hope. For always. I'm not sure about anything else. I didn't tell you what happened about Rowley, did I? When I saw him in Canada, he was still refusing to divorce. He kept pretending he wanted a reconciliation. I knew he was having an affair with a woman at the university, so in the end I went to a private detective, had them followed and faced him with the evidence. He tried to bluster and he just caved in. The whole thing was so disgusting and pathetic and sordid.
It's all over, Chris? You're free?
Yes. But don't you see, I started out in love with Rowley. It all finished in such a mess. So I certainly don't want to rush into marriage again. I don't feel I can trust my own feelings anymore.
Chris, it's not going to be enough for me just to be your friend.
It wouldn't work, David. It wouldn't be fair on either of us. There are so many other things I want. None of them fit in with you.
Chris,
And don't tell me that you'd leave Bamfylde. I think you've done the right thing with your life. For you, that is. And for the school. I think you're a wonderfully kind and clever man, David, and every time I see you, I feel like going straight to... Well, better not go into that. I just wish our lives fitted together a bit better, that's all.
Couldn't they?
Not now. I can't see a time when they will. David, I do think it's wonderful what you've done for Ulrich. Makes me so happy to see him now.
I didn't do much, you know. He did it for himself. Him and Bamfylde.
It's your school.
You seem to have softened your attitude to Bamfylde.
Yes, I think I have. Not enough to want to live there myself. And of course, when I get into power, I'll nationalize you like a shot. So the children who really deserve to go there get a chance. But I'd insist on keeping on Mr. Pilot Jones.
Well, that's a relief.
Because I think he's a wonderful man.
You're telling me you want to start the building program now, as well as modernize the present accommodation?
Well, actually, we're thinking of something on an even larger scale, Sir Rufus.
Huh?
A prep department.
Prep department?
A prep school within Bamfylde itself. We'd have very few rivals in the West Country.
If I might put a word in every economic depression, you'll always find a few firms who forge ahead and prosper. They profit through others' timidity, and I see no reason why Bamfylde shouldn't prosper in the same way.
Exactly. Good man, Garside. My goodness me, Mary Stopes has got a lot to answer for.
Who?
Mary Stopes and her family planning. There's not a lot of little boys about these days. Let's get our fair share into Bamfylde, eh?
It seems you're asking me to be a gambler. I've never been a gambler. But I must say, I find your positive attitude very refreshing. How long will it take you to prepare a detailed proposal, PJ?
He's going to come round, David. Ellie, Sir Rufus is going to come round.
Oh, good.
You mark my words, in 10 days' time, the governors will be voting the school at 10,000 overdraft.
Really? As much as that?
Oh, at least. New buildings and a prep school. Oh, isn't it exhilarating?
What do you think about all this high finance, David?
Well, it's all a bit frightening.
Oh, there's nothing frightening about money. It's there to be used. My father went through £40,000 before he was 30 years old.
Really?
It was easily done at the races and great fun, apparently. Although it did lower my marriage prospects, I had to marry a younger son.
No need to look at me like that, David. I was a younger son once. And I'll tell you why you're so disturbed by all this money talk.
Oh, why is that then?
Because you find it absolutely fascinating. You love it, man, and that's quite all right. A headmaster must be a businessman. There's nothing wrong with that, providing you're proud of your product. Of course not. We want as many little boys into our prep school as we can possibly get, because we're going to give them the best education they can get anywhere in the world.
It's as simple as that, is it?
Of course it is. And I hope you noticed my masterstroke, Mary Stopes and the family planning, eh? I told Sir Rufus about Mary Stopes, Ellie. I'm sure that's what did the trick.
Oh, Sir Rufus has never heard of Mary Stopes.
No, but he didn't much like the sound of her, did he, eh? Oh, Ellie, that's empty.
Kitchen?
Oh, kitchen. Yeah.
What Mary Stopes neglected to point out is that in childless marriages, one partner will often play the part of the missing child.
That's strange. I've never thought of yours as a childless marriage.
No, of course you haven't. Nobody ever does. Tell me, David, do you still find time to see that young woman of yours?
Chris, yes.
Now, there you do surprise me, David. A very remarkable woman, your mum. Very highly regarded around here, she was.
Felt as if I never really knew her as an adult.
Oh, yes, it often happens when the children go away. She was very proud of you, you know. Whenever I came around to see her, she would read me one of your letters. And, you know, if there hadn't been one from you that month, she would read me one she'd read me before.
I don't suppose my Emma is like that much.
Oh, anything his mum did was all right with Emery's, yes. And he's going to make his mark, too, in politics, you know. Won a union scholarship to Ruskin College. Well, he can take that up now. I'll be surprised if he's not in Parliament in 5 or 6 years. They do say Nye Bevan thinks very high of him.
He never said anything to me.
No, I don't suppose he would. Well, why should he? You were never very close.
No.
One thing your mum did often say